Shawty's like a melody in my head, and I can't keep on, got me singing like na 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 every day, like an iPod stuck on replay.
Sick. That's staying in.
Oh, good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. We upload every Saturday, and you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and more. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Oh my God.
And I'm Brandon Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 71. I'm gonna be, dude. That actually scared me. When you go back to edit it, and I look over, and like I actually got fear.
Did it have the intended effect? I was going for Majin Buu. Did I look like
yes,
the slit?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, not from the profile so much.
Oh, true.
Which is why I got scared. But from the camera, I bet it's amazing. Anywho, episode 231 is called
Magic Ball of Boo.
Magic Ball of Boo.
It made me create a magic ball of goo, if you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. So it starts off with Gohan and Kai. They're downstairs in the ship, and they're like, "We have to strike now. Let's take the." They're like, "We have to strike now."
Yeah.
And so Bobity's like, "Let's take this outside, so we aren't confined into the ship, so Boo doesn't like freak out."
Yeah. Meet me outside. Meet me outside.
Dun 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 dun. Is that the
Eliza?
So Bobity's freaking out, happy. He's like, finally gonna get revenge for my father. Oh, by killing Supreme Kai.
Yeah.
I'll avenge my father, rather. Avengers, not Revengers. So they're afraid, and Gohan's like, let me think. Oh yeah, so they're afraid. Gohan's like, I need to remember. He's remembering his dad, like telling him, like, you gotta figure out, you gotta remember how you were against Cell, and like use that. And he's like, I'm too soft now, Dad. I'm just gonna say it. From day one when I was a kid to this day, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. No disrespect to the voice actors involved in this show. They're all professionals. They're all iconic. They're all incredible. I just have never thought that Gohan's was a solid fit. And
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, but I just don't, he's like, I'm trying to think of a line. He's like, no, Supreme Kai, we're not going to do that. We're not going to run away. We have to fight him.
The delivery is weird sometimes.
It just is, it's almost like he's reading off the paper, or I don't know. And not to mention the like, instead of Supreme Kai, it's like Supreme Kai. It's like Carrie Fisher in episode 7 of Star Wars. No, it was Snoke. He turned him to the dark side.
Oh my God, what a deep cut. I haven't heard us make fun of that in like forever.
That used to be our line.
She does have a weird accent in that movie. It's strange, but you know, I'm probably never going to rewatch it again.
So it's funny you mentioned that. And it's funny I mentioned that because last night I was going to get my hair cut. My barber is an hour away from my house. Unfortunate, but he's my boy. So I was going, and I'm like, dude, I need to find first. I can't get into a podcast right now. There's no podcast for me right now. I go through phases.
Except Dragon Ball Speak.
I go through ups and downs. Always listen to Dragon Ball Speak to review ourselves. I always cringe at the sound of my own voice and my inflections. So anyways, I'm on my way. So what I do in this situation, I watch a lot of long form YouTube. So I'm scrolling through trying to find a YouTube video, not to watch, but to listen to, so to speak. And I find part 4. God, let me look it up. Everyone needs to watch this. I find part 4 of a series. And it's a critique of Star Wars The Force Awakens. The channel is Mauler, Mauler. So it's part 4. Part 4 is 2.5 hours long.
Oh, God.
And it's part 4 of a critique of not the trilogy.
Just that one
movie? The Force Awakens. So I'm like, this is quite intriguing to me. So I watch it, the whole thing. Loved it.
Okay. Wait, how much was the whole... Oh, you watched 4?
I watched part 4,
So
which was 2.5 hours long.
Right into 4. You were like,
I wasn't like, I was driving. I'm not going to like search for part 1 and try to find it. And I know the whole movie. Like, it doesn't really matter. So I watch it, and it's about like, it's like the middle of the movie. I'm like, man, this guy, for one, is freaking on point. Like, I don't agree with his every criticism, but you pretty much can't argue with his points, his valid ones at least. So, here, that's where we are. I'm listening. I'm like, damn, this guy's awesome. I'm enjoying this video quite a bit. I drop a like, I drop a sub, of course, as you should.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, let's flirt with this. Let's go find part 1. 1 hour and 55 minutes into part 1. It turns out part 1 is from 3 years ago, before The Rise of Skywalker released. Part 4, which I watched yesterday, released 5 days ago.
Damn, so this dude's like...
He's writing this shit.
He hasn't stopped thinking about Force Awakens since 2015.
Since 3 years ago.
3 years ago. So 2019.
Since when The Last Jedi released. So...
so he's watching this like... Wait, was Last Jedi 2019? I thought that was Rise of Skywalker. Last Jedi is 2017.
I'm just saying around that time.
Oh, okay.
Rise of Skywalker wasn't out yet when he started. But anyway, first off, he's great. I'm going to watch it all. Even though each of the 4 videos is like 2.5 hours long, which is insane.
His critique of movie 7, or his analysis of movie 7, is longer than the sequel trilogy.
He's literally been covering just The Force Awakens for longer than like the entire trilogy like spanned from 2015 to 2019.
Damn.
Or about the same time. So anyway, first off, I recommend it. Second off, oh God, what was the point? What was the point?
I said I'm probably not going to rewatch those movies again because it just makes me sad knowing what happens to them.
So I think there was a point, but here we are. But I recommend the videos. It's super good. It's super intriguing. It's a little bit enlightening. One of my favorite movies of all time in terms of nostalgia.
It's just turned into like a shout out. Mahler, you need to pay us now.
Well, he has 400,000 subscribers, and we have
306.
306.
So you need, Mahler, I know you're listening. You need to shout us out.
That would be incredibly helpful. But the thing is, his Force Awakens videos only come out like once a year, essentially.
We're doing weekly, so you guys are pretty lucky, in my opinion, that you get weekly analysis. And I know sometimes we aren't weekly, but for the most part, we're pretty weekly. This guy's taking years.
You got to think too, like this guy, even he in his own video, like certainly it's different type of content, but like he's like, yeah, guys, like I'm busy. You'll get the next episode when you can, when I can. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's fair. I get it.
We're not even like that. We're like, we try.
We tell you we'll see you next week, and then we go dark for 4 weeks.
That has only happened a couple times.
Yeah, one of them was COVID. That's understandable because we didn't know what was going on with that.
Yeah,
and then
which while COVID like ramped up the first time, I also had started a new job in which I was heavily invested,
and so we were like, gotta keep it cool, gotta play it safe. And then there was probably another time that just happened. I know there's one time where we just didn't. For a couple of weeks, we just couldn't connect schedule-wise.
This was around September, I think, of 2021.
Yeah, 21, because I was still freelancing. So I was busy. He was really busy. We just couldn't make it happen. And then the last one, I don't feel bad about. That was just a bachelor party, wedding stuff. Like it's a crazy time in life.
The wedding one is like very excusable. When you started at your job now, there was like a couple weeks where we had to like, not to mention I had been working 2 jobs for the last 6 months almost. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is nuts. But now we're committed. Now, usually Brandon's the one that texts me, but sometimes I'm the one that texts him, and I'm like, "When are we recording? When are we recording?"
That's what I say. That's what he says.
So we're on it. Does it help that we're in some pretty good stuff right now? Yeah, it does.
Tremendously. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Today I was freaking. I worked a shift this morning, and I'm like, driving home.
Yeah.
Brain's half fried. Had a kind of a bad day at work. I'll be real with you. Kind of a bad day at work.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But I was like, at least it's not. I'm going home and watching fake Namek.
Yes, God, or more Mr. Satan. Am I right?
Or Mrs. Crab. Oh, we get more Mr. Satan.
Yeah, we do. I've got more notes on the Mr. Satan for you. And so now that we've talked about 10 minutes, we got the juices flowing, getting the banter going, and now we're ready to talk about the magic ball of Boo. So we last left off. You didn't like Gohan's voice actor. You don't like Gohan's voice actor.
Yeah, there was like a couple lines, especially in this one. His yell was good when he powered up. That was not bad. However, yeah, there was just like a few lines where he's just like that. No, Supreme Kai, we're not
our son to the dark side.
No, Boo doesn't seem all that strong. Like, oh, actually, he is that strong. Like, I don't know. There's just like this like element to it that's like, but I'm glad like in Japanese, Goku, Gohan, and Goten are voiced by the same voice actress, which she's incredible. She's a legend, but it's like a little bit like there's times when like Goku, Gohan, and Gohan are like, I don't know, like maybe there's a time that they're sparring. Yeah, they spar here and there.
They kind of sound the same
in the past. And it's just like, and in the Japanese, they do like a lot of this like kind of thing, but they're both doing it to each other. And it's like,
well,
it's a lot.
Just one person doing a bunch of the same line.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, Goku and Vegeta are still fighting. It turns out they like kind of all look over and realize the Majin dial has filled. Yep. They're like, oh my God, it's going to happen. And then like Supreme Kai, he's like, before this, he's like, come on, Gohan, we need to leave now. We need to leave now. We need to formulate a plan. We need you to be alive specifically. Let's get the hell out of here. I think his voice actor is great. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, he is good. And Gohan's like, Mama didn't raise no bitch. I'm not leaving.
But the thing is like, to me, like he's the strategist of the three main fighters that we have.
No, he's definitely got big Goku vibes right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm staying and fighting. I don't even care what this dude looks like or how powerful he is.
It's almost more Vegeta vibes to me.
Yeah.
Like he's not allowing, like it's not like as bad as Vegeta like allowing Imperfect Cell to get 18 or whatever, but he's definitely just like, no, I know what I'm capable of. Like I'm gonna beat him or whatever, and it's just kind of like
even though like seconds ago he was like, I don't think I'm as strong as I was when I fought Cell. Like, I don't think I got that in me again.
He isn't. Like, I'll say, like, I don't know if it's an error or what, but he still isn't Super Saiyan 2, like, this whole time.
I know. It's weird, right?
It is strange.
I thought he was going for a second.
Me too, when he powers up.
Yeah, but
I feel like that was almost like he was supposed to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because then he acknowledges here, oh, my God, we miscalculated because Goku and Vegeta must both be fighting at
a level
the
above
Ascended
Super
or whatever,
Saiyan.
which is Super Saiyan 2. They just don't call it that yet still. But
this was cool because they're not really taking too much damage. Like they're still fighting and like it just looks like they're taking scratches and stuff. Like, but it's like enough damage to power up Boo. Like that's how strong they are right now. Is that they're taking hits so strong that it's powering up Boo, but all it's really doing is making him bleed a little bit.
Totally. Yeah, I love that. Sick. Yeah, they're expending that much sheer energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're still fighting. It looks great.
We cut to Mr. Satan. He's given the water bottle that he's drinking. What is it called? Samsung 9000 Sloppy Toppy.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Samsung Spin Cycle Sloppy Toppy. Yeah, that's what I usually say, right? It's from Cody Co.
Okay, yeah. He's going to town. Shout out to Cody Co. I don't really watch their YouTube because I watch them a lot on TikTok, but they're pretty funny.
I have watched their YouTube videos, like, I watched them like 2-3 years ago, and I was always I kind of like stopped watching because to me, like, when I watch something and I get jealous because of like, first off, both insanely good looking. Second off, the most like effortlessly funny people that have probably ever existed in the world.
To be honest, they kind of remind me of Dragon Ball Speak, but like, they made it and they're rich.
But they're not quite as like charming and attractive as Dragon Ball Speak.
Yeah, agreed.
So like, yeah, I get jealous and I just like kind of stop. What's funny is like that kind of happened to me with Captain America Civil War. Around that time, I really wanted to be an actor. And then at the same time, Tom Holland was cast as Spider-Man. I could never be a Spider-Man. Never. Like, even if I became a famous actor, I'm just not a Spider-Man. And that's okay. But I was like, God damn it, am I jealous? I like couldn't help but think like,
I did not know this. That's wild.
Yeah, oh for sure. It's just how or like sometimes I go to concerts like and I'm like, I want to be doing this so bad. Can't play an instrument, but I know like if I really set my mind to it, like I could do something like this, and it seems so fun. And like that's almost like what I'm thinking of. Like I'm talking about like smaller concerts. I'm not talking about like big old crazy ones. But anyway. There was
we said this was going to be a short episode, and we were like halfway through the first.
There was mass murder. Like this is like Boston bombing levels of mass murder.
Yeah,
and they're like making jokes.
Yeah,
Satan's like sucking his water bottle with the Gut 3000.
Is it the next episode? Yeah, it's not this episode. Okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like weird. They're like asking him like,
A nuke just went off, and they're like, well, how do you feel about your win, Mr. Satan? And people are like staying around to cheer.
but then like next episode they're running away in horror again. Like
Yeah.
there's definitely like it's just like filler ruining continuity.
Mr. Satan content sucking in Dragon Ball Z? Who would have thought?
At least we got to see him naked.
Yeah, we got to see Satanic.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So satanic, we saw satanic.
Oh, now I get it. I didn't really understand the yeah.
Vegeta and Goku were fighting.
Okay, so this
There's
is
a
where they
really
have,
cool
go ahead.
conversation.
Go ahead.
They're fighting. They're going back and forth. There's not really like no one's really like gaining a clear advantage here. And Vegeta just kind of out of nowhere is like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you and I'm going to keep it real. I've got a big bombshell to drop. And I've also got to open up my heart a little bit to you. I have tried so damn hard to beat you, to be better than you, and I just cannot freaking do it. You died and went to heaven for 7 years. You're training there, and I'm training harder than I've ever trained before. You come back, I still can't do it. He says, no matter how hard I tried, I would never be able to catch up to you. And then we get the revelation that Vegeta saw the power of Majin at the tournament from the two dudes whose name I can't remember, the Frankenstein guys.
Yeah,
and he was like, they're getting a bunch of power. I think I could use this power to finally be stronger than Goku, to become the old prince I was, to let the evil be revived in my heart, because I'm tired of being soft. I'm tired of liking my family. I'm tired of liking Earth. Vegeta's basically like, I'm starting to like your life, Goku. I'm starting to like living this way. I'm starting to enjoy it, and I don't want that anymore. I'm a shell of who I used to be. So I accepted Majin into my heart, like Jesus Christ, and now I'm extremely evil again, and I think I can beat you.
Yeah, this is such a good exchange. It's speaks like this is like it's a window into Vegeta's character, right? So he views himself now as soft. Like he said, I've grown to love my family. I've really enjoyed my time, and he's like I wish. And Goku's like, you've never let anyone help you before. Like, why would you let Babidi use you to close this gap? He says he closed the gap finally there, even, so to speak. So to me, for one, this is the implication that he could not go Super Saiyan 2 before this Majin situation. Actually, not implication. This is essentially confirmation. Because now he goes back. He's like, when he really finalized his decision was when Goku fought Yakon, and what we didn't know at the time, but now we know, is he essentially ascended to Super Saiyan 2 super fast to overload Yakon, which made him explode. Vegeta saw that and was like, that depressed him because he was like, now I have confirmation that he's stronger than me. Yeah. It's flat out. So that's when he's like, I made the deliberate choice to close this gap because you've always just had more natural talent than me at this. And even though Vegeta works harder, or so he perceives, Goku's got the natural ability. So he closed that gap with the Majin stuff. And so, yeah, you could tell Vegeta's super mad. He's super frustrated throughout this whole conversation, of course. But yeah, Goku's like, and then at the end, Goku's like, he's essentially like, I don't even believe you. Yeah. Like you say that you like don't care about Bulma or Trunks anymore, and like I don't believe you is what he's implicating. So yeah, he's like, Vegeta's like, I don't want to live that life of mediocrity anymore because he was the perfect warrior and so on. So that's an incredible exchange. It's really one of my this whole thing with them is like one of my favorite things in all of Dragon Ball Z for sure. It's just so good, and now it's over. And I think you predicted correctly, if you want to call it that. We'll go over it in a minute. But for one, what'd you give episode 231?
I gave it a 7 out of 7. It wasn't a 7 till the exchange.
Sorry about the doggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave it a 5.
Wow.
But that was a 7 out of 7. Yeah. The Satan stuff kind of dragged it and so on. Yeah. But no, the animation was great. That stuff is a 7, of course. The Gohan stuff is very good. And then Boo is essentially finished at the end of this episode. So now we go into the next episode. Boo is hatched. This is the Boo reveal. We paused and we were like, okay, for one, I make predictions about what Wesley thinks about Boo. Wesley makes predictions about Boo, and we both draw Boo. Me from memory, him from if he I didn't know if he would recognize him. I didn't know if he wouldn't recognize him. He didn't really know if he would recognize him. So I'll go first, and then we'll do you.
Okay.
Here's my predictions. Do I think Wesley has seen or will recognize Boo? I said I think he will recognize him.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Makes sense.
No.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
definitely
like
of the 3 Dragon Ball Z villains, it's the least famous.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've never like the ending of like Boo, like from this, like I had a inkling of Cell, obviously Vegeta, obviously Frieza, but like Boo, no idea, nothing, never even really heard of him. I knew Majin, I knew the M.
So the Majin, yeah, is definitely more famous, I guess. But what I wonder is that now that you know that Boo is a Dragon Ball Z villain, I wonder if it's like you'll have like confirmation bias, like you'll start seeing him more now.
Probably.
Because he's not like as iconic as the first 2 necessarily, like just in terms of pop culture, especially Frieza.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things. The M, I have tattooed. I mean, you've probably seen it elsewhere and so on. I said I think he will love his design but hate his voice.
I don't really mind his voice because I have a theory. Well, I don't know. It's not really a theory. The narrator kind of gives it away. Like this is like a baby or something. I did not like it at first. I was like, this is very strange. But now I'm like, this dude's going to grow up to be the monster they all think he is. The design is sick. And it's kind of close to what I predicted. I'm in the same realm as Boo's following the theme that I think the show has set. As far as this entire saga so far has given me like Genie in the Lamp vibes. And so I've been thinking Boo is going to be like the Genie in the Lamp.
Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
And
because it's definitely a very like magic oriented, like kind of
Supreme Kai is what kind of started it. Supreme Kai has like this like, the kind of fit of like a genie. And then Babidi has a unique fit that's kind of in that same realm. Same with Deborah. Like I've been thinking Genie in the Bottle, and I thought I nailed the design at first. There was some things in the show which we'll get to soon that I was like, oh, I nailed this.
Yeah, so I love his design, man. I think he's once more. So I think with all 3 villains, we can finally talk about. I think he subverted expectations in a different way with all 3 villain designs.
Yeah.
So we talked Frieza, obviously final form. The subversion being that he is so his forms kept getting more and more big and complicated, and then his final form, as it turns out, is not only the most simple design, but he's the smallest. He's just very, very
smooth Squidward.
There was a word I was looking for that starts with P that is not petite. It was going to be, I don't know. But anyway.
Busty petite.
Yes. But then Cell, he starts off as like a bug monster.
Yeah.
And then he turns into like an ugly half human, half monster. And then his final form is like handsome, like so to speak. So that's a subversion in its own. And then Boo being our first ever fat villain.
Yeah, it's sick. Makes sense. And I kind of with the Genie in the Lamp thing, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes genies are depicted as big. I'm mostly thinking of like Aladdin is kind of like my one touchstone for Genie, which I guess he's more big up top and skinny down small.
So with Boo, what you're saying, like, so he's definitely very childlike in his behaviors, right? Which is like what they're going for. But you think he's literally like a baby, like he's going to grow up, or like what is it that you think? Do you think he's gonna have different forms like Frieza?
No, I think he's gonna like grow up quickly, like fast. I don't. I'm trying to think of examples in media where that happens. But the narrator calls him infantile or something like that. I think he uses the word infant or infantile.
I think that was like a description of like his behavior more so than like the character.
Took it literally. Sorry for my dogs. Okay. Yeah, he is, I think he's a baby, and I don't really think his pants are like diaper like, but
they kind of
have like diaper vibes. But I think it's more like Genie vibes, like MC Hammer parachute pants type vibes.
All right, so we'll have to throw these up on the old YouTube, but show me your drawing that you thought he was going to look like. That is a Pikmin.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Wait, let me see it.
Just in case I can just zoom in and make my life easier.
I don't know that you'll be able to do that.
We'll see.
Let me see. Okay. Genie and Lamp style.
Like Genie
pink,
Lamp style.
Yes. You knew that because of the border of our thumbnails.
I thought his head was going to... So to subvert the genie's bottom comes out of here. But I was like, he needs to fight. He needs legs. So the top of his head. So I was like, I kind of got that right. He's kind of got like a little thing on the top of his head.
Not to mention, he did come out as smoke, like a genie.
That dude. And I was like...
That would have been so crazy.
Genie in the lamp.
But you thought he was gonna be buff and not fat.
I said it's like a genie style robe, but he's also buff underneath. I thought he was gonna have like a long, like Bollywood style type. I don't know the proper name for it, but like goes down to like your ankles kind of robe thing. And
so this was my boo from memory.
Wow, that's actually really good.
I forgot his vest.
You gave it a 7 out of 7.
Yes.
That's sick.
I gave my own drawing a 7 out of 7. I forgot his vest and his cape and his ears.
Yeah.
But
his ears are very...
And I didn't make him wide enough. Here you go. Just like that.
I keep wanting to say Miyazaki. What is Toriyama? He likes the he made those ears with Frieza, and he likes them.
He does that for pretty much every alien forever.
Yeah, I like these little ear holes.
They're either like the rectangle like Cell and Bobbity, or they're the circle like Frieza.
Yeah, interesting.
He does it a lot, but you know what? It is alien looking ears.
Yeah. So before, well, I guess we haven't actually gone through this episode. So we start off and basically Boo's coming out. The little walnut testicle is erupting. It's going to happen. And as we mentioned earlier, Supreme Kai is like, we got to get out of here. Bobby's like, it's happening. And Gohan has this line where he's powering up and he's like, well, at least I'm going to make them work for it. And then he like does what thought was a Super Saiyan 2 and just blasts it. And I thought that line was sick.
Yeah,
I was like, that's different for Gohan. He's like, you know, he's putting his foot down on the ground. He's going to do it. Blasted with the old Kamehameha.
I think that Vegeta's speech had a little effect on him.
I think so too, yeah. The one about him being a humiliation to the Saiyan race. Yeah, so he's blasting this testicle around, and it's not hitting yet. It's hitting, but it's not like doing what he wants. And so he gives it a couple more blasts. And then we have to cut to Mr. Satan, of course. And everyone's freaking out again, out of nowhere, like we talked about.
Like scared, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, don't worry, I'll protect you guys. Why does this dude lie? Like, sometimes Mr. Satan is, you know, he has some heart, like we talked about last episode. But then now these people are scared, and he's like, I'll protect you guys. Don't worry. It's me, Mr. Satan. And it's like, bro, you are a liar and a fraud, and you know that. And if you actually needed to protect these people, you wouldn't be able to do it. So don't give them hope. Tell them to run to the nearest shelter. Mr. Satan ain't doing shit for him. Anyway, that's my Mr. Satan rant.
Rebellions are built on hope.
That wasn't even in the movie. Or was it?
That's Rogue One, baby. You don't know nothing.
No, I do, but wasn't that in the trailer, but not the movie? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, you might be. No, I think it was in the movie.
Hope.
Also, whenever they say, you're rogue, you're a Rogue One.
That's like they did the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Han, oh, you're just by yourself? I'll name you Han.
Are you riding solo?
Alone.
No, how about Han Loner?
How about Han Solo?
Hail to the king.
Oh no.
Deep cut.
That is the deepest reference we've ever made on this show.
Which it's not a reference for anybody, but like really just us two.
Like that's an inside joke. That's not even like, I'm not going to spend 10 minutes explaining because you just can't. But if anyone knows,
then put it in the comments and we will be like, you have to actually come hang out with us because that means that you're friends with us.
That means you have a deep connection because it's not Hail to the King. It's not just like a reference to the obvious. It's deeper than that. Yeah. So anyway, so Krillin and Piccolo are like statues. They're overlooking very, very mood setting.
So the testicle opens up and there's just a little gas.
Yep, there is. That's
and
true.
Nothing happens. And not Supreme Kai. Babbity's like, what the hell is going on? There's supposed to be like my dude in there, and now I've just got this little squirt of gas. And Supreme Kai's like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Did you know
what?
That like the smoke was gonna be him at first? Like when the shell first revealed to be empty, you were just like,
well, no, yeah, because I thought it was my genie in the lamp thing. I wasn't really sure how we were gonna get a lamp involved, but I was like, the smoke of a genie in the lamp would happen. And then at that point, you know, Supreme Kai kind of calms down. He's like, actually, you know what? I think we got it. You idiots. This dude has been in there for so long. He's been defenseless, and Gohan saved the day and beat him. And I wrote, Supreme gets killed from behind by Boo. Like Supreme's talking, and then we see like a hole just go through his chest. Like, and then he falls over, kind of cartoon style, and then there's like Boo.
Do you think he's going to make it out of this one?
I don't know. I don't honestly know what Supreme is capable of doing, other than I know his name, and I know he's a Kai, so like, he's
way weaker than our characters,
yeah.
Like,
so he's probably not doing much. That doesn't happen. And then pink bubblegum cotton candy happens in the sky, and eventually Boo comes out. and I said, "What the fuck is Boo?" I wrote that because I was like, "This is not what I anticipated." I like it. That's later in the next episode. I'll talk about that. His theme, I don't know if it's his theme, but the little xylophone melody that kept playing behind him, it's pretty cool. The composer's Falconer. Mm-hmm. Very good at making villain themes.
He's very good at. He's also very good at leitmotifs, which is like
yeah.
over time, like Boo's theme, for example, with every, or like Piccolo is a big one. Well, no, that's in the original score.
Cells is really good.
Thank you. So like it develops with every change to the character, it kind of becomes more dynamic.
Yes,
that's the extent of my knowledge.
So basically, Gohan sees Boo and is very much like Black Panther moment. Like, this is your king. Like, this is the dude that you've been betting everything on. I'm not really worried about it. And Supreme Kai is like, you need to be. And Gohan's like, yeah, no, I am totally. I'm gonna stick around though, and we're gonna fight this dude because I also know my own capabilities, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of this little pink bubble dude. And that's kind of the end of that episode. We don't really get into any of the.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of meat here. I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of it's like shots of Boo, because it's a reveal, so it's like. But we do get a little bit more of Goku versus Vegeta. Actually, the best, I think, sequence since the first episode they fought of Goku versus Vegeta, where, man, the choreography was slow and deliberate, almost like Dragon Ball style, where like they're not moving fast. They are like in universe, but like I'm talking about to us. They're not moving excessively fast. And like it is just like straight up like sweet fight choreography. I love when Goku ducks and he avoids that hit, but like it cuts off, or like a few of his hairs stay up there, and like they just it was super, super awesome, man. Like there's just nothing more to say about that fight.
This isn't the episode where he tricks Goku, right?
No, that's the next episode, and unfortunately, it looked horrible the entire time. Like we're talking Frieza saga bad.
Yeah, there were some shots that I was like, oh,
yeah, just in general though, like even the good ones were bad, like compared to these last few episodes we've been watching.
The people that did 230 got to take a little vacation.
And 231.
Yeah.
And 232. I give this one a 6.
I didn't rank it, but I would probably give it a 6 as well.
Yeah.
It's really good, but obviously, coming off the heat of these others, it's
of course
not quite there.
Yeah, but the fighting especially, I think, was the reveal is cool, and the Goku versus Vegeta clip that we got was extremely good.
Yeah.
233 is the losses begin.
My first note: Vegeta's bleeding out his eyes.
He has been since the first time.
I know, and I didn't notice it until this one, and it was sick. It's a cool.
You want to know who else is bleeding out of their eyes?
Who?
Dabura.
Yes, soon. I didn't realize that's what that happened at first. I was like really confused at that moment. I was like, "What's going on? Did he like just do like a?" And he went down.
He did,
but he did it very hard,
like literally obliterated,
blinded
like
him.
Exploded his eyes.
Yeah.
Do you think Dabura makes it out of this?
Survey says no.
Interesting. So I wrote looks worse. What is looks worse? The episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dabura is not impressed by Boo. He's like, he's a fool. He's deformed. He's clearly, it's a mistake. And then they're like, Babidi doesn't even know what he looks like. So they're like, the only one who would even know is Supreme Kai. And Supreme Kai's like, it's not a mistake. This is him. And we need to freaking get out of here.
And he's like, Supreme Kai is scared, so we're good. Mm-hmm. And Deborah's like, I don't really care what he thinks. Like, do you see me? Do you see this 14-incher? Do you see this thing swinging? Like,
wait, it went from 12 to 13 to 14?
It's bigger every episode.
Really?
Yeah, no. It's still growing. Like, that's the thing, is like, that's why you can't count people like Deborah out. Like, they're still growing.
That's fair.
And he's got the whole hog. I wrote, Vegeta seems to be completely in control. Oh, yes. So Majin is not as much mind control as I thought. Or is it that Babidi's so focused on the Boo stuff that he's not really worrying about Vegeta?
It's that Vegeta is headstrong.
Okay. I was going to say, like, Vegeta seems very much in control. Like, he got his little power boost, and because when he first got it, I was like, oh, he's struggling.
Babidi essentially has almost no influence over him at all, because as we saw, he tried to give him orders, but he refused. And so he's under his influence, therefore thus the power boost, but he doesn't have he doesn't have, like, I don't know. Yeah, he's not under mind control, so to speak. But he is, but he isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just because Vegeta's so stubborn and also strong-willed. Where were you at? So he has the upper hand.
Yes. And so they're kind of doing their thing. We don't get to like what happens with them just yet. We get to what we kind of alluded to, which is Boo is going to fight Deborah. Deborah basically talks shit, and Boo is like, that's not cool, not very nice. So he stands there, and this is when I realized like why he got so many orifices. He's got like a bunch of holes, and then he starts steaming out of them, which is a cool design, very unique for something in Dragon Ball Z. What do you think it smells like?
What do I think? So
I imagine this is like a hotly debated topic.
I had two thoughts instantly pop into my head. First one, I assumed it was just steam, so steam.
Okay, fair.
I disagree with that now. Second gut reaction was bubblegum. Because,
interesting.
Of course.
Yeah, he looks like bubblegum. My first reaction was, I bet it smells like rotten bacon.
And why?
Because it's like coming from inside of him.
So valid point. To combine that with another pseudo theory of my own, whenever you are like, okay, so just bear with me. Buried. This ball has been buried for some time. It's hot out, and I know for me, when it's hot out and I'm working, the balls.
Yeah.
If you itch or scrape,
you gotta smell.
What is a man's instinct but to smell? Yes. And so you give it the little smell, and then there's that quite I'll call it sour and yeasty,
pungent,
quite pungent smell. So
like
anyway,
Shrek Swamp.
So I'm gonna combine your rotten bacon with my sweaty taint.
Yeah. Okay. So,
and
so this is. You just cooked bacon on the grill. You let it cool down. You just worked outside all morning. It's your breakfast bacon. Let's say it's a late brunch bacon, actually.
Yeah, and
it's cooled
Florida.
Off enough.
We're in Florida.
So you take the part in between right nut and the thigh, and you rub the bacon right through it.
Yeah.
And then it's that smell.
Yeah, like we're in Florida, so it's super hot out.
Yeah. Muggy, very humid. Yeah, so pretty much we kind of just confirmed that is what it does smell like.
I agree, and I'm gonna have to add that to the Dragon Ball wiki.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah,
this is we just kind of solved. This is probably like 20 years in the making. People have been trying to figure this out, and we just did it in 5 minutes?
30 years.
People, I mean, to be honest, Dragon Ball Speak is kind of revolutionary in that way.
We don't get enough credit.
No, we don't. We take problems that the community has been dealing with for years, and we solve it right on the spot, and we don't even hesitate.
We canonize them, yes, but we also need you people to freaking to spread the word
gospel
and start listen. You click the share button, and then you click the friends button, and then you click the send button, and then they too will know. It'll get to the right hands, and they too will all know the smell of Boo's excrement.
Oh,
would you say? I mean, he's excreting it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's
by definition
his internal gases.
His internal juice converted into hot gas steam.
Yeah. So what's actually happening here?
I think it's just cool.
It is cool. Okay, so there's no like. It's just
when he gets like angry or like pumped up, like that's just what happens. Okay. And I love the sound. It's like a kettle, but it's also got like a little bit of train whistle.
Yeah, it does. That's the sound of like his like skin flapping past the steam.
Oh my god, that was so bad. It was like kind of bad already, but then you committed harder and made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh yikes! That is Anyway, can you do his voice? Can you do it?
No, it's just I kind of did it at the beginning of this episode.
True,
and I kind of nailed it. As you can see by Brandon's, he's so shocked that I nailed it so well.
So there's it's just Toad.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's Toad.
Give me your best Toad.
Oh my god, your neighbors are probably so worried.
Now give me a Yoshi.
Well, okay.
Give me the one where he's jumping.
So anyway, Boo he's like, you die now.
Is he saying words?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not pick up on a single.
At the very end, he tells Gohan, "You die now."
I thought he was just like making noises.
Oh my god, I'm lightheaded for one. My blood pressure doubled for two, and that is probably the worst and cringiest assembly of impressions that anyone's ever done.
That was give me your Joker now. Let's just go. If we're gonna go cringe, give me your best Joker.
Which Joker?
Jared Leto. Which one came? Oh,
okay. Hunka, hunka. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna kill you.
I don't want to hear this.
I'm just gonna hurt you, really, really bad.
No.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I did not. Put your headphones in and go back and listen to that.
Joaquin is God. I don't even. You know what really makes me sad is that everyone knows that you're depressed and no one really knows how depressed you are. That's what society is telling us.
That's like a real line in the movie.
Jared Leto is
You did Jared Leto. Give me Heath Ledger.
I mean Heath Ledger is oh well, you're gonna hit me? Wow, you're gonna just go ahead and do it then. Let's see. Jack Nicholson never saw it, but he's probably like hey, Batman, come get me.
That's actually not that far off.
Yeah, see, good. I've never heard it in my life.
He doesn't really commit to a voice. He's just kind of like, I'm Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, that's pre-voice.
Yeah.
Pre-Joker voice. I mean, like, he had a voice. Is there any other Jokers? Mark Hamill. He's like, I'll tell you what.
What the heck was that?
That was it. So anyway, that's every Joker by me.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know. I haven't. The only Mark Hamill exposure I've had, I didn't watch the animated series, but I watched The Killing Joke in theaters with you, where they added all the really horrible, like Batman and Barbara Gordon sex stuff.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't Barbara Gordon. It was Catwoman.
No.
They had sex on the roof.
They changed a lot in that movie when the book is perfect. So yeah, it's not a very great animated movie, and it should have been. But boo!
Yikes! That was if you maybe throw up a timestamp just so most people can skip all that.
No.
Yeah, Boo is let's see. So yeah, he blind. So he gets Goku and Vegeta stop for one whenever he is born, and they're like, Goku's like, I think Boo hatched, and I think it's our fault, and Vegeta's like. He seems weak, and I don't care. I'm worried about you. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, at this point, it's like there are, let's call them undertones at play here. Homosexual undertones.
Oh, they definitely. I mean, it's not a coincidence if you look up Goku Vegeta.
The first thing that
Google,
pops up.
It's like them kissing and
shipping.
stuff. Yeah, it's very much there.
I'm like half joking, but half like, it's literally almost like the kid who likes the older girl, but the older girl's like playing along, but not actually interested because he's younger. It's like that. It's like, because he's like, I'm only worried about our fight. And Goku's like, we should probably go check this out. And he's like, no, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I get.
I mean, fight me.
So yeah, Trunks. By the way, Trunks and Goten. This whole 3 episodes, they're just flying there.
Yep.
Over and over and over and over again.
No, we don't even need it. We don't know.
Do you think there's a reason?
I guess they're gonna show up and fight and get probably murked, but they're like, my tummy hurts.
Which one was that?
That was Goten.
Yeah, so we get
my tummy hurts. That was not bad.
A little too low.
It was a little too low. And then Trunks is like, oh, why does your tummy hurt? That was really bad.
Oh, why does your tummy hurt?
Why does your little tummy hurt?
So yeah, they stop and then they keep going. Dabura is blinded and then knocked away. It's implied that he died, but who knows?
Who knows?
Trunks and Goten are flying. Satan has a flashback to... What does he have a flashback to?
I don't remember, but...
and then his towel drops. Yeah, he's thinking about... Oh, he's just thinking about Vegeta blasting all those people, and he's like...
Yeah.
Oh, he said this iconic line. I don't know. This was a bunch of tricks, but real things... But it seemed really real. Here's the line. Real things usually mean something bad. That is a actual line, and that's what he said.
And then he quickly shows dick to a bunch of journalists and reporters who are immediately just taking photos.
Yes.
Like he drops the towel. It seems like he did it on purpose. And yeah, next day, front page of the East City Gazette is going to be just satanic.
He has no shame, and with good reason. We all know this. We talked about it at length.
Because he's unaware of Deborah, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's still probably got like a 9 and a niner.
At least.
Yeah, based on the chin.
The chin alone, right? So it's a heavy indicator.
Yeah, it's like your chin length. So he's at like 5, multiply it by 3 is 15. You minus.
It's half your chin length plus 7.
Yeah, and then the angle. There's a lot of science going on here, but it's a niner at least.
At least. So Yeah, real things usually mean something bad. And so we cut back to Goku and Vegeta again. So Goku's like, he's gonna kill, like Boo's gonna kill everyone. We need to go do something because this is our fault. Like we did this. And Vegeta's like, shut up. And he's getting really mad. He's punching him in the face. Really hard punches. Really great. It doesn't look great, but it's still great. And then Goku's like, that includes Bulma and Trunks, and Vegeta's like, I don't care. Remember, I told you, blah, 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 blah. And Goku just calls him, he says liar, and he thinks he's a liar. And then Vegeta's like, you know what? You win.
I will go.
Fine, you win.
And Goku's like, all right, I'm going to turn my back to you.
He's excited. He's like, yeah, Vegeta, you came around. And yeah, he turns around.
Punches him, knocks him out, and then says, I'll see you in hell.
He literally like double fists the back of his skull. And he's like, we're going to continue this after I beat Majin Buu. And if I don't get back to you by the time you're gone, because he only has the 24 hours, then I'll see you in hell.
Joke's on him. He's not in hell. But it's really easy to get to hell, as we saw in some...
Gauze and Mez.
Yeah, the boys.
They're going to have to deal with old Majin Vegeta.
They will die.
So yeah, he says he's going to... Yeah, continue himself. And then so Gohan and Supreme Kai, Buu gets an order to kill them, so they start flying away. Gohan's like, I'm quite confident in my here we go. He says, don't worry, Supreme Kai, I'm quite confident in my speed. That was more that was almost more Tien. Don't worry, Supreme Kai, I'm quite confident in my speed.
Where is Tien?
He's always kind of been like doing his own thing.
When was the last time we saw him?
When he tri-beamed Semi-Perfect Cell, and also on the sidelines of the Cell games.
Yeah, he didn't even go to the tournament. They just forgot about him straight up, because he would have been at the tournament.
I don't know that they forgot about him, but like, what would, you know what I mean? Like,
he's cool looking.
No, I like Tien.
Where's
but it's
Oolong?
Like, Oolong was in the stands?
No, not this episode.
He was one of the times.
One of the times, but where's he at right now? Probably saving the world. He's
probably
getting ready to save the world.
And Buu he tells Gohan to drop dead and hits him really hard, and he smashes into the ground, and then Supreme Kai is standing right in front of Buu and is about to get murked, it seems, and then the episode ends. I gave it a 5 out of 7.
I would probably give this one a 6 out of 7.
Nice. I like that.
I also want to say that I think I could beat Buu in a fight.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not convinced of his power yet. Yeah, he did murk Dabura, but like at the end of the day, we've seen a bunch of people get thrown into mountains before. Like, yeah. And if I poke somebody's eyes, I bet I could make them hurt a lot. I just think I could take them on. Do you think I would win?
Yeah.
Couldn't look me in the eyes?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think, because I'm also trying to hang on to the thought, because I'm very bad at multi-thinking, that I would have gave this episode a 6 out of 7 if not for the animation being so bad. No, you could not beat Buu, because you could not beat Mr. Satan.
Mr. Satan, I could.
He's buff. He's 6'7", probably.
I've got the speed,
and he's buff as shit. Whoa, stop!
16 punches just happened.
Okay, fine.
And you saw how fast I can spit 2 episodes ago.
I don't think you could beat Bacterian. I bet you don't know who Bacterian is.
I don't.
That's Krillin's first fight in the first tournament. The guy who does Stinky Finger. Do you remember that?
I can give you stinky fingers.
Multiple. I'll give you stinky fists.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 5 years since you watched. Yeah, look up Bacterian. You'll recognize him.
Bacterian vaginosis. What is that?
Is that in your history?
That's what popped up. I guess so.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I do remember him. Oh, yeah, he does have stinky fingers.
Bacterian.
I'm curious about it.
His move is Stinky Finger.
Bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
Anyway, this has been Dragon Ball Speak episode 71. Please drop your support and please stay tuned for next Saturday until next Saturday when we release episode 72. Oh my god. That's actually scary.